Live, Garfield Park. In the last hours, the remains of a tiny tot reportedly weighted down with workout weights in a neighborhood lagoon.
What is clear is that the toddler was found in the lagoon, in pieces.
Heartbreaking. Straight out to Jeff Pincus, talk show host, WCGO. Jeff, tell me about this area where the tiny tot body was found. It's not a full body, but what about this area? It's a residential area, correct?
Yes, it's residential. It's not in the best of areas, Nancy.
To Stacy Newman, I want to hear what we know about this area. Look at this graphic we have for you. There are basketball courts, a field house, pool, lagoon, a trail. Everyone, as we go to air tonight, a tiny tot's body has been found in a residential area lagoon. All right, just trying to understand that a weight was involved too, like the kind you work out with, we think. Stacy, what can you tell me about the area? It was residential, correct?
Yes, there's homes around this park. This is actually a nice park where people actually come with their children to play. They feed the geese in that area, so it's heavily trafficked by family and small children.
Now, you said geese, like families go to the park, they go sit around the little pond or lagoon, whichever they call it. And who saw a body part? A tiny tot's, I think, ankle?
Well, this was a passerby who's just walking next to this lagoon. This is Garfield Park Lagoon, and saw a foot, or what appears to be a foot, floating in the lagoon. They called 911. Officers and Marine officers came out and searched, and then by the end of the night, found 2 feet and 2 hands of a small child. The next morning, they found a toddler's head.
Stacy, you're saying that they found 2 feet and 2 hands separately removed from the arms?
That's correct, and it appears that this child was likely dismembered after their death, according to the preliminary examinations at the medical office.
With me, Dr. Devi Nampiaparampil. Dr. Devi, question. When a body is underwater for a period of time, as in the Lacey Peterson case, the body slowly degenerates and the body will come apart after it has been in the water for a long time, especially if the body is weighted down with a weight like a dumbbell.
Sure.
How can you look at a body and look at this tot's body and tell it was dismembered before or after death?
Well, you can look at the patterns of bruising, for example. So if somebody is alive and they get cut, you can see inflammation, swelling, you can see a certain pattern of bruising and healing. But if the cuts happen after the child has passed away or has died, then you won't see that because the heart's not pumping blood to those areas.
Okay, another question, Dr. Devi. How can you tell if the hands or the arms did not naturally disattach from the torso from being underwater for a period of time?
Well, the body will decompose over time, that's true, but typically the limbs don't separate that way, or you can look at kind of the pattern of how they separated, but the decomposition probably did contribute to those limbs or those parts coming and floating. What happens is, we have bacteria, let's say on our skin or in our intestines, and as it kind of digests that area, it'll cause gases that cause the body to float.
So the body would float in that manner. I understand, Stacy Newman, that right now we're not sure if this is a girl or a boy. We don't know if the child is white, African-American, olive-skinned. We're not sure. The body has degenerated, including the skin, that much. For a minute there, they thought it was a boy, but then when I said, why do you think it's a boy, I found out because it didn't have earrings. His ears weren't pierced. Well, okay, my daughter's 7. Her ears are not pierced. So to me, that is not a good signal that it's a girl or a boy. So Stacy, why are they saying they don't know if the tot is a girl, a boy, white, olive skin, Hispanic, African American? Why don't they know?
Well, because of it was badly decomposed, so they're having to now rely on fingerprints, footprints, dental records, DNA, and the only description we have for sure is that the child's hair was short, curly, and black, and brown eyes.